Hello friends! Today we're going to be doing a little Barnes & Noble trip, a little Barnes & Noble book haul, and a little reading vlog. So let's get into it. Okay, you can hear my dog clacking in the background. Anyway, this week I really want to try to focus more on my physical reads because the last couple weeks I've been doing a lot of Kindle reading and audiobook reading, which is still good, but I have so many physical books I need to get to and I just haven't really felt like picking them up. So my May Throne of Glass reread is Queen of Shadows. I'm doing this with @bookshelvish. I'll drop her channel below. But we're just doing one book a month, and so I'm gonna do really slow this through the month. So probably maybe 100 pages a day, maybe less, but really just to get the story and enjoy it. And I am trying to make my way through Twisted Throne, which is the 5th book in the Bridge Kingdom series. I've loved this series so much, and I was really excited about this book. You can hear the tractor in the background. Oh well. But I just haven't really felt like picking it up lately, so I really want to try to finish this book this week or get mostly through it. So we'll see what happens. Okay guys, let me get the book. I just did my first 50-page read into Queen of Shadows for this month's reading, and I just want to say this is probably my favorite book. I don't know, I go back and forth between this and Empire Storms, and then every time I read Kingdom of Ash, it sneaks its way up there. But overall, I do think that this is my favorite book in the series, and I just forgot the visceral hatred that enters my veins every time I start this book and I am reacquainted with Erebin Hamel. I think Erebin is one of the best book villains ever because he is so unnerving, I feel is the best word to say. He is evil and creepy and unhinged, but he does it in a way that feels slimy and sneaks into your veins. And I just he's the villain that I absolutely hate with every bone in my body, but I also love him being in the book because he brings so much to it. I hate when villains you don't really care about them because you know you're gonna win, and I feel Erebin Hamel is one of those villains that you love him so much because you hate him so much because he's the worst and he's the devil. And there are bigger villains and bigger fights to be had, but you know that he's the kind of evil that persists. And so just being back in this world and having him at the forefront of this novel again after not seeing him since The Assassin's Blade lights my blood on fire. I love it so much. I cannot wait to read more. Okay friends, today it is absolutely gorgeous outside, so I'm doing a little reading on the back porch. It is just the perfect spring day. So here, I'll show you the farm. It's just gorgeous outside. The farm is beautiful, the sun is shining, it's not too hot. Where else would you want to read but out here? Anyway, I am still making my way through the Twisted Throne. I am 130 pages in, and I'm really sad because the Bridge Kingdom and the Traitor Queen and the Endless War and the Inadequate Heir were some of my top reads ever, and it didn't take me long to get into them. I immediately dove in. I was loving it. I was fully enthralled, and this book is just not having the same effect on me so far. I like James and I like Anna, but I feel it's just taking a little bit to get to know their characters and become fully obsessed. So we'll see what happens from here. I'm also still making my way through Queen of Shadows. I'm going to do another 50 pages today, and I can't wait. This is one of my favorite reads. It hits every time. I also was oh, I'm going to only focus on physical books this weekend. That's a lie. I started First Time Caller on audio. The Love Light Farms series was a little hit or miss for me. I liked Love Light Farms, okay. I loved In the Weeds. It was my favorite in the series. And then the next two books were just meh for me, or I didn't like them at all, to be honest. So I was a little nervous about this one, but I've had so many people say they love First Time Caller, and my mom told me that she listened to the audio and it was great. So I started the audio this week. I'm 8% in, and I'm really enjoying it so far. So we'll see where it goes from there. And then I started on Wings of Blood, which is a vampire dark romantasy fantasy book, and it's marketed as Harry Potter meets Zodiac Academy meets Fourth Wing, both vampires, which are all things I love. So I thought it was going to be so good, and I am on the 3rd chapter, and I'm just not loving it. I also learned that this is like a spin-off series, but it's not marketed as that. Like, it doesn't say you have to read the first series first, and that series is like 5 books. So I don't really feel like going back and reading it at this moment. But I do feel like the way that it started makes it seem like there's stuff that we should know. So I don't know. Also, like, the writing is just not pulling me in. It's not gripping me. And the, like, main male character, you can tell he's supposed to be, like, the broody, grumpy jerk. But to me, he's just coming off kind of, like, petulant. So, I don't know. I'm going to give it more time. I don't really DNF books. I like to finish them so I can, like, know fully why I hated it. So I'm going to keep going. But right now, it's not a love. So let's get back to reading. Okay guys, I have some errands to run, so I'm hoping to get a lot of audiobook reading in. I'm reading First Time Caller, and I'm really enjoying it so far, so can't wait to see where it goes from here. I'm back from running all my errands, and I listened to First Time Caller while I was out and about, getting Target pickup orders, going to Whataburger, stopping and getting gas, all of the things that I use my Sunday afternoons for. And let me tell you, I am obsessed. I'm about 20% in, and I am totally loving this book. It makes me sad that I put it off for a little bit, but Aiden and Lucy have my heart. I think this book is so fun. I think it's really unique. I love the little like podcast snippets that come in between the chapters, and I think listening to it on audio is definitely the way to go because it just makes those little parts pop. I think this book is going to keep being super fun, and I cannot wait to read more. So if you have been putting this off, I think you should pick it up. It is so good. Update, friends. The Barnes & Noble trip was a bust. I got like 5 books. I was super excited about reading, and I got up to the front of the line, and there were literally 40 people in line and only one checkout person, and I am just not the type of person who's about to wait in line for an hour for 5 books that I could buy later on and not waste that much time. So no book haul, but you got some cute Barnes & Noble videos. So, I mean, it's a win-win for everyone. But today we are back to reading. Let's get into it. Okay, I literally just binged the rest of this book. I couldn't stop. I am going to give a disclaimer here. The beginning of it was a little rough for me. I felt it was really hard to connect with James and Anna as characters, a lot harder for me than it was with Laura, Aaron, or Karis or Zara. And so I struggled. Like the first 200 pages, I felt like just took forever to read, and I was really dragging my feet. And I even texted my friend, and I was like, I don't think this book is for me. However, the last like 300-ish pages, absolutely insane. I couldn't stop reading. I was so frustrated. I was so angry with both Anna and James. I wanted to punch both of them in the face, but also I loved them. I do think that the romance has not been developed as much in this book as it was in previous books, and I feel like that's kind of the nature of the way the book is. But the ending, so many different betrayals and twists happened that I couldn't even keep it straight in my head. I had no idea what was going on. The cliffhanger is a doozy. It killed me. I don't know where we go from here. And the next book does not have a release date yet, I'm pretty sure. So overall, I gave it 4 stars. I really liked it, but my mind is just blown, and it's going to take me like 6 business days to get over this. Okay, guys, I have some free time this afternoon, and I really want to get more of my audiobook in, but I don't feel like doing chores or anything like that, or just like laying in my bed and listening. So I'm going to go and work on my book that I've been bedazzling. I've been doing each of the Throne of Glass books. I finished Throne of Glass here. Throne of Glass was the first book I bedazzled, and I had so much fun doing it, but also like, it's not the best, but I think it looks really good. And so after I finished this, I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna do the whole series. Why not? So I got the Assassin's Blade, and I've been working on it for like a month now, just really slowly in my free time. So today I'm going to listen to First Time Caller and try to finish up some parts of it. Let's do it. Okay guys, I got to like 60-ish%, I think it was. I am so obsessed with Lucy and Aiden. I cannot talk about them enough. If you've been on the fence about reading this book, because for me personally, like, BK Borison's other series was a little hit from or miss for me. Like Love Light Farms was okay. I absolutely adored In the Weeds. And then the other two books were just like not it for me. But my mom listened to First Time Caller first and told me how good it was. So I was like, okay, I'll give it a chance. And I am just loving it. It is so good. The characters are just so wholesome. I don't even know if that's the right word, but that's how it feels. Like it just feels like a hug, like a warm hug on your heart. And I love them. It is so fun. It is so unique and refreshing. And it's just such an awesome audio romance. Like if you haven't picked this up, you need to. I cannot wait to read more. Okay guys, I read all the way to like page 240 and I was just trying to do like 50 pages a night and it totally did not work because this book is just everything. It's definitely my favorite book in the series. I feel like the first couple books, because there's so much world building and it's a new series, like it takes a little bit to like get the momentum going, but Queen of Shadows just like starts immediately. I could not put it down. Everything about this book. I love getting to re-meet Lysandra and seeing their friendship come together. I love all of the scenes with Arabin, even though I hate him so much. Like, it just gives you something to root for, which is his demise, and I eat it up. Rowan coming back, their like reunion, Adian being rescued, like everything about this book in the beginning is so good. I cannot stop. Kale is being an absolute jackass, but it is what it is. I love him still. I don't care. So good. Also, I was like, oh, I'm only gonna do physical reads for this little reading vlog so I can, you know, knock those off my shelf. Did not happen. I started and devoured the Monster Trilogy by Rena Kent, which is Heart of My Monster, Lies of My Monster, Blood of My Monster. The first book I gave 3.5. I liked it, but I wanted some more. The next two books were both 4 stars. I loved them. I loved Kirill and Sasha. This was a great mafia romance palette cleanser. Basically, it gives like really Mulan vibes because she is a girl, but she's dressing as a boy to join the army to save her family. I loved everything about it. The twists and turns and betrayals and like lies, especially in book 2 and 3, had me on the edge of my seat. I cannot wait. I just had no idea where to start with Rena's universe, and so I literally just picked something. I feel like there's definitely better reading orders to do than what I'm doing, but this is where we're at. So I picked this first. I think next I'm going to read the Deception Trilogy or the Throne Duet. I haven't decided. Probably the Deception Trilogy because that's what I'm feeling. I'm also like 80% into First Time Caller. This is a 5-star read for me unless something crazy happens in the last like 15%. It is so good. I am laughing, giggling, kicking my feet, loving every second of it. The audio is phenomenal. I hope to finish this before the end of the week. Okay guys, it is now Thursday night, so this has been a whole week of reading with me. I actually started Phantasma today because I have no chill. And I'm like 70 pages in, and I honestly have absolutely no idea what's happening, but I'm here for the ride, and I'm pretty sure we met the MMC, and I'm kind of obsessed with him, and I don't even know his name, so I think it'll be a good time. I almost finished First Time Caller. I finished a whole Mafia series in one day, and I had a really great time reading with you guys. Thanks for joining in. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you soon.